So leakage is a major issue for us within the Midlands. The other side to it is probably around CSO spills, so consented sewer overflows to the environment, which happen when it's a really wet day. Although these are consented, they don't have a great impact to the environment and obviously don't have a really great media coverage. So our customers and people within our region are telling us that they don't want this to happen. So this is a major thing we're concentrating on too. We're working on a project called leakage detection with a company called Fido under the REWAISE, and this is using artificial intelligence to help us detect leaks on a bigger, quicker scale, and actually being able to get them right first time. So we're not scrambling around trying to find them and have to go back to jobs and jobs. We can actually sort those leakages out. So we've just finished our trial on that. We're just working through the results at this moment in time. The other side to it is we're working with a company called EMS, and they produce what we call Centaur gates, and these are actuated penstocks that use the latent storage. So what we have in our wastewater network is lots and lots of volume that's not always utilised due to how a rainfall tracks over a catchment. So what we want to try and do is hold back that wastewater in the network so we can stop it spilling during a high rainfall event.
Centaur is CSO spill reduction, number and frequency, and also flood prevention technology. It has been developed as a part of Horizon 2020 project a few years ago, and this is our chance to implement Centaur as a multi-gate system in catchment of Alperton.
In terms of the electrolyser, we've taken samples of wastewater from Spurnal and one other site. Strongford was the other site that we took some samples from. We did laboratory tests on those samples. We used those samples on a lab scale ammonia recovery plant that was based on our larger scale thermal ammonia strippers for proof of concept in terms of the ammonia recovery. And from that, we were then able to scale up the technology to produce an ISO containerized system. And that ISO containerized system has now been designed and built and delivered to Spurnal.
One of the technologies here on the test bed is ammonia recovery. So the treatment of ammonia produces nitrous oxide, which is one of, if not the biggest contributor to our carbon footprint. But by recovering that ammonia, we prevent those emissions and we end up with a really valuable resource that we can do something beneficial with. So for example, we can use it as a fertiliser, which in itself is a very carbon beneficial use, as it avoids then the use of really carbon intensive chemical engineering processes to produce synthetic ammonia, or we could convert it to hydrogen. Again, carbon beneficial, sustainable use of the ammonia as a fuel. Severn Trent have a net zero target, so we are setting out to be net zero in terms of operational emissions by 2030, and we're working hard, striving hard to achieve that, to deliver that. And over the last year or two, we've had a real focus on direct process emissions.